Look at the camera.
Look at me.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Coach Williams, congratulations first off.
Thank you.
7-1-1,
Yep.
overcoming some great odds. Tell me some of the challenges first off for this season that you had.
See, starting out was the numbers, low numbers, didn't have a lot of turnout. I think we started with 15 kids on JV total. Had a few that had to move up to play varsity because their numbers were limited too. But JV-wise, started out with low numbers, so that was a challenge. Then after that, early in the season, lost 2 key players. Our starting tailback, who's also our safety. Our starting tight ends, also our strong safety. So, basically it's like losing 4 more players, like losing 4 starters kind of thing. So that was tough. Had to switch offenses, new offensive scheme in midstream. Practice time was limited at times because a lot of kids are playing varsity and JV kind of stuff and having to mix and match and be scout teams. So it's been a lot of adversity for this team, but they've just come through. Game day, they'll just do what they got to do their assignments, play hard every play to the whistle, and good things happen when you do stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw great tempo. Most of the year. Tell me the guys. Now Ben we lost, and then Austin, of course, didn't start the season early, right?
He missed four games early in the season for a knee, and then Ethan Johnson blew his ACL out, so he was gone for the season. Big loss there. So it's been tough losing both of them for the full season, and of course Austin Steele for the first half of the season missed him, but loved it when he came back. Yeah.
Who stepped up in those roles? Who were some of the key players that kind of stepped up and filled those roles?
Gosh, we've had a lot of people step up, and a lot of it would depend on scheme from week to week kind of thing, depending,
right.
And then, of course, switch offenses. Isaiah Calhoun had to play some time at tailback. Jordan Speed had to fill some time in the running back, and we've had to just cross-train so many players to play multiple positions, not just their positional offense and their positional defense, but maybe 2, sometimes 3 positions on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And, that's kind of hard. It's hard enough to learn just your plays at one position, but having to go through that, from week to week, okay, where am I playing this week and what are my plays this week? And they did a phenomenal job of just picking up what we wanted to do, what we had and needed them to do.
Yeah.
And just make it happen on Thursday nights.
I asked Colin this too. What were some of the challenges from a coaching standpoint, having guys go both ways? Is it more of a physical challenge for you guys? For them, they said, Colin said it was kind of physical, but for you guys, managing the time and then managing the effort and tempo and intensity for the two-way players?
Right. That's tough, because with 13 players, you only have 2 on the sideline with you at any given moment. So, pretty much there's only 2 kids that aren't going both ways. All the rest of them are going both ways. So that's a lot. We try and keep our offense not so much tempo, high speed kind of thing. We want to go ahead and make the game long so they can so-called get rest on offense. But we still want to play with tempo and ball snap.
Yeah.
So we've got to have tempo always in the ball snap, whether it be defense or offense.
Yeah.
And defense, we just have always gotten at. It's something we do here at Faith when they're little bitty kids is preach tempo is always number one, non-negotiable that we always stay with. And even when they're JV players, they still have to learn that and keep that up. And they learn, and we tell them, look, if you're keeping tempo, it's something that other teams don't have, don't preach, and don't harp on as much as we do. And we win a lot of games at the line of scrimmage just because of tempo alone. You can tell when you watch it.
Yeah, that was definitely evident. Yeah. Tell me if you could pick out maybe what was the most gratifying part. The season ends, you look back on it. I know you haven't much time to look back on it, but just a gratifying point, something you can hang on to and go, this was very satisfying.
Gosh, that's hard. Usually in most seasons I've coached, there has been like a defining a moment where, hey, this is a special moment. But I've had a bunch of them in the sense of just watching the kids have to take on adversity and go, okay, what am I playing now? What are we going to do now? This kid's hurt, and we're going to do this now. New offense now. And it's just kind of been one after another. It's almost like stacking up, cups or challenges or whatnot, and we just keep rising from week to week. And it's been a season unlike any other I've ever coached at any level from what we've had to go through and how the kids respond. A lot of times they can just get frustrated and angry with, gosh, why is this happening to us? And, woe is me kind of thing. They haven't done that. At least they haven't showed it outwardly in the way they play or the way they conduct themselves. And that's just a wonderful thing to see that. They have kids come together and just fight and say, no matter what's going on, we're together, we're going to fight as a team and win. And they've done that. How
will this season, do you think, be a springboard for this group as they continue on through the program?
I think it's a great springboard, mostly because of the adversity part. They fought some adverse things. Not necessarily on the field always during a game, but just their circumstance of where we are and how do we get prepared. And we're low numbers, and we got some kids that got hurt, and we have to be flexible enough to change. And that's a lot of stuff, especially on kids in the 9th, 10th grade level. Most of our kids are 9th grade, so they're even younger. And we're playing JV teams that are a lot of 10th graders, and so it doesn't matter to them. And my thing to tell them is it doesn't matter who the other team is. You can't control who they are and what they do. You can only control yourself and your effort and doing the things you have to do to win. And they've kind of taken that and run with it the whole time. It doesn't matter. The teams are always bigger than us. happened all year. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
We still can play with them if you play with tempo, do what you're supposed to do, and just give all out 100% effort. And that's been successful for us. And I think that's going to be something they just take with them and carry on to the varsity level and win games doing the same thing.
All right. Thanks for the season, Coach. Great
Thank you.
job.
Appreciate it.